Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and welcome to Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. In this 20-minute yoga practice, we're going to be doing a pose that's called Bound Side Angle Pose. It's a pretty comprehensive posture because we'll be doing a deep lunge and we'll be doing a bind that will really open up the shoulders and chest. So what we'll need is actually a yoga strap just to help with the binding part of the posture. So that's all we need. Let's get started. We'll begin our practice in seated just so we can get into our breath. So let's start with a few deep breaths. A nice full inhale to feel the lungs expand. Then exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Good. Let's do that again. Nice full breath in. Exhale. Good. Just continue with slow, steady breaths as a way to get into your body, to get more in tune and connected. Breathing in this fashion just helps us to be more present, more aware. Good. Just slow, steady breaths. And breathe in a way where you can feel your breath. Just notice how your body is responding to your breath. That might be the rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe in and out. Deeply connecting. Nice. And another way to connect is to listen to the sound of your breath. So if your breath is a little soft or quiet, just turn up the volume of your breath so that you can hear it. Very good. We're going to add a very simple movement here with our arms and shoulders. Since our binding will involve some shoulder work, let's get them warmed up. Let's take 2 more breaths. Good. Then join me when you're ready. Inhale and extend your arms out across the room, then all the way up, reaching towards the sky. And exhale, extend the arms out, reaching as if you're going to touch the walls on either side of you. And then bring the arms back down to your side. Let's do that again. Nice full breath in, reaching out with good effort. Energy in your hands and fingers, reaching for the ceiling. And exhale, reaching out once again. Let's just keep going with this and just start to pay attention to the sensations in your body. We have active hands as we reach up, but also notice the lengthening through the sides of your body. And of course, be aware of your shoulders. Just the simple movement of bringing the arms out and up certainly involves our shoulders. Very nice. Finish this last breath and take 1 more. Good. When you're complete, just come to stillness for a moment. And we'll just simply circle the shoulders. Roll them backward a few times. And then forward. Very nice. Let's make a transition to our hands and knees. So you can just come to hands and knees on your mat, but if you'd like to have some extra padding, feel free to bring out a blanket or a towel or even double up on your yoga mats. So another simple movement, cat and cow. It's a nice flow of 2 poses that move together. We'll inhale, tip chin up, looking forward, creating this arched back. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under. Feel your belly button pull up towards spine, rounding of the back, chin to chest. And just continue this with an inhale. Start with the back end, tipping the pelvis back, back arches, lower the belly, open your heart. Exhale, round it out. Good. As we inhale, we move into cow pose. And as we exhale, we move into cat pose. It's a wonderful undulation of the spine, gets the back in motion. And with this movement of the pelvis, also opens the hips, Another thing about our bound side angle pose is that it does open our hips nicely. Finish the breath that you're on and take 2 more breaths. And even though your arms are not in motion right here, just the movement of the torso also will help to find some release in the shoulders. And then just pause for a moment. And if you are using some padding, let's just move that pad to the side, make our way back to hands and knees, and then we'll transition to downward facing dog. If your hands and wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, let's just step the hands forward a little bit. I would suggest spreading out your fingers pretty wide so you can feel a stretch between each finger. Then kind of lean or press into the mat with your palms just to open up the palms. Push with some firmness here so your arms feel straight and strong. Now tuck your toes. We're going to do one more cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale into cat. Hold cat pose, and we'll make our transition to down dog. With toes tucked, lift the knees, send your hips into the air, and notice how your chest and head sink naturally between the arms. Another way to open up the shoulders as well. Making an adjustment with the feet, do so with the hands, and just settle in for a moment. Keep the knees soft, send the hips up, press firmly into the mat with the hands so you feel strong in your posture. I like to add a simple movement here. I'm just pedaling the feet, pressing one heel down as the other heel lifts, and then alternate just to get a little stretch in the toes, the ankles, and the calves. One more on each side. And we'll take a few steps forward to the center of the mat or right up to the hands, and you'll be in forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees and extend the spine halfway up. Hold for a moment, making sure you feel strongly connected to the earth with the feet, nicely balanced, softness in the knees, long torso. Let's continue standing, shifting the weight into the heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. Place hands on thighs. Press just to lift to about a chair-like pose here. If you have balance, extend the arms out to the side. Drive the heels down into the floor to help you straighten the legs to stand up tall. Reach all the way up, a nice big stretch. And exhale, arms down to your sides. We've made it to our first standing pose. Feel free to take another moment to circle the shoulders back a few times and forward. Very nice. All right, let's move through a sun salutation. We'll move right into our binding practice. All righty. Mountain pose. Inhale, reaching out and up, big stretch. Exhale, slowly swan dive forward. So I'm spreading my wings, bend my knees, and make your way down. You might touch your toes, but you don't have to touch your toes in this forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees to extend your spine, this halfway lift. On the exhale, slide back down. Bend your knees enough to place your hands on the mat out in front of you and take several steps back, all the way to the back end so you'll be in plank pose. Your hips are about shoulder level here. We'll take a breath in. On this exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air. This is a nice little shortcut I like to take in soft flow from plank pose to downward facing dog. Adjusting the hands, adjusting the feet. Moving into our first lunge, I like to step the left foot to center for balance, then pick up right foot, extend the right leg back. Inhale for that extension. Exhale, step right foot to the top of the mat or let it land behind the right wrist. The back foot turn, make sure it's pressed firmly into the floor and shift your weight back so you have balance between the feet here. Your hands and fingers should feel light. Extend the arms forward, then inhale, rise up. We'll be in Warrior One. Let's just pause in Warrior One for a moment just to settle into the pose. A nice reaching up sensation and a lunge sensation. We're going to breathe in And exhale, let's turn and open to a warrior two. Nice extension of the arms parallel to the floor. I'm just going to adjust the feet a little bit. I like to turn this left foot out just to get a little bit more opening in this hip flexor and thigh region. Make sure your right knee and toes are pointing forward and a little bit more space between the feet. If I lunge a little deeper, I'm starting to get into that nice hip opening expression of our warrior two. Let's take a modified side angle pose. We're going to reach out here to angle the upper half of the body. I'm going to bend this arm about 90 degrees and then rotate and even bring this arm or even the hand to the thigh. Left hand reaching up into the air. Nice extension. Reach as if you're going to touch the ceiling. And then slowly bring this left hand to the back of the room or just behind you, and then literally behind you. Bring the left hand to your low back. Here with the shoulder, as you're able, roll the left shoulder back, holding open. Good. Couple breaths. This is getting us ready for our bound side angle pose. I would call this a partial bind. Okay, let's re-extend the left arm all the way up and around. It will turn, bring hands to the floor. Let's step back into plank pose. Pause. Bend the knees and hips into the sky, downward facing dog. Adjusting the feet, adjusting the hands. Feeling the chest and head sink, and we'll do the other side. Stepping right foot to center, pick up left foot, extend with an inhale, reach back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat or just behind left hand. Right heel turns to the floor, shifting the weight back. So you have more pressure in that back foot. You feel balanced, hands are light. Reach forward, hinge from hips. Inhale, rise up. And hold here on the exhale. Keep breathing just to settle into the pose. Nice extension of the arms, nice lunge. Inhale here. And exhale, turning to the right side of the room as your arms come down to parallel. Make some adjustments with the feet as you need to. I'm turning this right foot out to open up through the thigh and hip flexor, ensuring my left knee and toes are pointing forward. Then our modified side angle pose, reaching out, bend this left arm. I'm going to bring hand to thigh this time on the side. Right hand reaching straight up. Inhale, reaching towards the ceiling. Then exhale, reaching back behind, and this right hand rests at my low back right here. Right shoulder, I'm rolling it back, holding it back. One, it helps to align the torso. It opens the chest, and this is our modified bound position. Okay, coming out of the pose, I'm taking the arm out and up and all the way around, turning towards the floor, folding, bring hands to the mat, stepping back, plank pose, pause here, and I'm going to come down to my knees. All right, now we're going to do that same flow again, this time using our strap to help us with the bind. Now, this is what we'll do. Go ahead and unravel your yoga strap. Now, if you don't have a yoga strap, it could be a belt, it could be a jump rope, it could be a towel. It doesn't have to be too extremely long. Mine just happens to be long. I'm going to place my strap on my left side of the mat here. Coming back to a downward facing dog right here. Same sequence. Stepping left foot to center for balance. Pick up right foot. Inhale, extend right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat, landing. Behind the wrist, turn left heel to the floor, shift the weight back, balanced. Now before I rise, I'm going to grab my strap, which is right here with my left hand. Reach forward and rise up. And there's our warrior one. So you see I've got my strap here in my left hand, or your towel or jump rope or whatever you have. Inhale and exhale, opening to a warrior two. I'm going to adjust my feet, just taking us a little wider. And because I have a pretty long strap, I'm actually going to take it because I want the strap more behind this left leg here. That's it. All right, our modified side angle, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to reach out a little bit more and rotate the arms. I want to keep this right arm straight this time. and just brace it against the inner right leg. Left hand is reaching up into the air. Now you can see my strap is dangling down behind me. All right, we're going to take this left hand that's in the air, bring it down to the low back as we did before. Now you can see I have a tail. So I'm going to take my right hand, I'm just going to bend a little bit so I can grab that tail right there, and that's our bind. Now imagine doing this without a strap and holding on to your hands, gripping your own fingers, clasping your fingers perhaps, but sometimes that could be quite challenging and kind of difficult to do. So it's okay to use a prop like this, just to add some extension to your own arms. So we're just using the strap. All right, all done here. I'm just gonna just release and drop that strap. Take this left hand all the way up, turn and fold, hands down to the floor, stepping back into plank pose, pause. I'm gonna bring knees to the floor here, just to adjust my strap. It's already on my right side, but I just wanna make it easier for me to grab. Then return to downward facing dog. Now stepping right foot to center, pick up left foot, inhale, extend left leg straight up and back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat or behind the wrist, right heel to the floor, shifting the weight back, finding balance. Before I rise, grabbing the strap with the right hand, reaching forward, hinge from hips, rising up. Inhale, and exhale, opening to warrior two. Making an adjustment with the feet, also making sure I have my strap behind this right leg. Side angle pose, reaching out. So side angle, wonderful posture to get into the hips a little bit more. Left arm braced against left inner thigh, bracing. And this right arm will go up into the air. And our strap just dangling down behind. This is the side angle pose. And now preparing for the bind, I'm just going to bring this right arm down, right at the low back, and there's my tail. I'm just going to slide down just a little bit more, bend so I can actually see that tail, and grab the strap with my left hand. And here I am. Now, the benefit of this pose, like I was mentioning, we are in a lunge, so strong legs, great hip opener. And because of this bind, the arms, shoulders kind of behind us a little bit, help opening up through the shoulders and the chest. All right, let's release, bring that on the floor there, re-extend the arms right up into the air, right hand, turn, fold, hands to the floor, slide left foot back, there's plank pose. Let's just put in one flow here, Chaturanga Dandasana, bending elbows, squeezing them towards ribs as they lower down to the floor. I'll just take a low cobra for my back bend. Exhale to child's pose. And just sit back briefly for a few seconds here. Very nice. Coming up to hero pose. I'm just going to move my strap to the side and bring my blanket back in. And then just take a seat. Again, just sitting nice and tall. Your hands can just rest on your knees or in your lap. Taking a few breaths. Just returning to where we began. So we've moved through a nice practice here, going through some sun salutes, but also practicing bound side angle, which is a wonderful way to work the lower body and the upper body. One last movement together. Let's inhale, extend the arms out and up. As you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Take one more full breath in, complete breath out. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow together saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.